Hi, this is Candy, coming to you with from TNT Explosive Sounds with Real Talk by Candy and Precious Productions. Thank you for joining us this evening. Our show is, the theme of our show is use what you got to get what you want. And basically our show is just about real talk about issues that we face every day, no matter what your race is, no matter what your financial or economic status is, whatever your cultural background is. We all can relate to some similar issues as far as dealing with prejudices, as far as economic issues, as far as personal fears and accomplishments. Those are things that we can all relate to. Family issues, and that's just what Real Talk is about. All of those things compiled together, which make up our society and our world that we live in today. Real Talk is necessary to get everything out in the open, so to speak, and for everybody to express their views. We would love for people to submit some videos of their version of Real Talk with some issues on it that concern you most, and in your environment and in your culture, those things that affect you most on a daily basis. That is what Real Talk is about. On our last session, as a matter of fact, right after our last session, I had a run-in with a police officer. I was actually at the local gas station right across the street, and the police officer couldn't understand why I was in an area that was, high crime, drug dealing, prostitution, and everything. But I tried to explain it to her, but she wouldn't allow me to. But I was just up there trying to charge up my laptop so that I can upload our session that we had just done. And anyway, I did get it uploaded, so I hope you watched it. But anyway, I went to jail. The lady was very cool to me. They towed my truck away, and I was just right across the street from my home. But there was a lot of good that came out of it. One, I got to get my issues taken care of with my tickets, and they were dismissed. So I am glad to report that my tickets were dismissed, which I shouldn't have gotten them in the first place. But I just thank God that in the end it all turns out really well. When I got in the cell, I was so upset about how I was treated by the police officers and their injustice as far as towing my truck away. And I explained to them that I live in this building and have this ministry, and I'm having a hard time trying to get it off the ground, and I don't have lights and stuff like that, and I'm already having a really hard time, and I didn't have the money to pay for my truck to be towed away and have to recover it from the storage, but they didn't care at all about that. But anyways, once I got to the jail, a lot of times what I do in our sessions are about using what you got to get what you want. And since I couldn't change my situation, when I arrived in the jail cell and they placed me in the holding cell, I just began to sing. A lot of times that's just what I do when my spirit is down and I feel broken and hurt and wounded, and I'm not really feeling love for an individual if they have done something really wrong to me, and I'm having a hard time loving them in spite of. I usually just sing and worship and sing songs that lift my spirit, so I begin to sing. And as I began to sing in the jail cell, the officers began to crowd around, and they I heard some comments at first, because I'm going to tell you right now, I was looking really bummy. I was looking, I did look like I was a drug addict or something like that, because I wasn't dressed real well. I wasn't real clean because I don't have water here. and I bathe out a 5-gallon bucket of water, so sometimes you're not able to get yourself as clean as people that are able to fully shower. But anyways, when I got there, and I began to sing, they made comments, and they would say, "Oh, now she's in jail. Now she wants to turn Jesus on us or whatever." And I ignored their comments, and I just continued to sing. And as I began to continue to sing and worship the Lord, tears began to come out, because I felt in my spirit that no matter what, that I know that God is not the blame of my situation. And so I felt it necessary to give thanks for the things that I could give thanks for at that particular time. My surrounding situations were very devastating, but my past experiences with God have been extremely awesome. And so I felt the need to just give God some thanks. And so I began to sing, "Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I just want to say thank you, Lord. I just want to say that. I just want to say thank you, Lord. And I sung it. The more I began to sing the song, tears began to roll down my eyes, because of the sincerity of my appreciation for the good things that I've experienced in my life, and for the good heart that God has given me towards people in spite of what they have done to me. That's something to be thankful for. And so the guards began to crowd around, and to make a long story short, they were very pleased with listening to me sing. And one of the guards, the Hispanic lady, she came in here, she said, "Stop all that singing now, you're going to start scaring people." But when I went into the fingerprinting area, the guard said, "Why did you stop singing?" And so I said, "Well, once the guards told me to stop it because I was scaring people." And so they said, "Oh, she's just scared. Don't pay her any mind. Sing for her, sing for her." So they began to requested me to sing more songs and everything like that. Oh, and everybody began to crowd around and listen and hear me sing, and they were very impressed, to say the least. And they did get to compare me with KanDJohnson and different other artists that are very awesome singers, so I was very honored by that. I began to share with them what I do and tell them about real talk and everything. But to make a long story short, they called the sergeant and someone that was leaving the unit, and they asked me to serenade him, and I began to serenade him, and he was very pleased. He just said, "Wow, wow," you know. And so I had a really awesome time actually in jail, real talk. I also was able to minister to some young ladies that get involved with sex and minor crimes and things like that. But it was good to be able to touch them in their beginning, to get a good word into them and to change their life. And then the young lady said, "I'll never do this. I promise I'll never do it. Then you won't ever have to worry about that." And I'm confident that she really meant that. And because I also shared with her some other ways of acquiring money legally. I have a group called Legal Hustlers that is on Facebook. And what that is basically about is about doing legal things to use what you have to get what you need and what you want. I wanted to speak to you all about, on a spiritual level, appreciation. Appreciation is an awesome thing. It's an awesome thing. We appreciate the blessings that we live in this building with no light, no gas, and no water today. But we are very appreciative of what we got, because first of all, we have a heart to help people. And foremost, where your heart is, is most important in any levels of success, where your heart is most important. I hope you've enjoyed this session of Real Talk, and we'll be coming through this one, another one real soon, because we missed a couple of sessions, so we're going to catch up, and we're going to shoot some more videos of Real Talk. If you are trying to start a business and you don't know where to start, I want to let you know that you can call the 311 hotline, the Houston 311 hotline, and they'll be able to help you and assist you with the phone number to reach the one-stop business shop. That is an organization that helps people with business startups. I think they're affiliated with the SBA or the Source. The SCORE, which is another business type program.